There are 5 bookkeeping mistakes that quietly cost small business owners real money every single year. And if you're doing your own books, there's a high chance you're making at least one of them right now. The problem? Most of them are invisible until your accountant finds them, and by then, you're paying us to unpick the mess. So here's my promise. I'm going to break down all 5 mistakes, but more importantly, show you the tool I now use to fix them in minutes instead of hours. It's called Claude Code, and no, despite the name, you don't need to know how to code. I've installed it as an Excel add-in, so I can just open Excel, log in, and use it straight away on my spreadsheets. And I'll show you exactly how it works with a live demo of mistake number 1. And mistake number 5, that's the one that costs more than the other 4 combined. It's at the end, don't skip it, you'll see why. I'm Zoe, I'm a chartered accountant, and I help small business owners fix their finances without the headaches, just clear, simple steps. Quick one, I will first explain in 30 seconds what Claude Code actually is, because the name puts people off and it shouldn't. Claude Code is an AI assistant from Anthropic that sits on your own computer. You've probably heard of ChatGPT or the Claude app, where you copy and paste things into a chat box. Claude Code is the next step up. Instead of you pasting things in, it can open the actual files sitting in your folders, your bank export, your invoice spreadsheet, the CSV you pulled out of Xero. You talk to it in plain English, sort my bank statements, and it goes through the files and does the legwork. 2 things before anyone panics. 1, it was built for software developers, hence the name. But you never write a line of code. You describe what you want, it listens and does it. 2, and this is the bit that matters if you're handling client data. It asks your permission before it touches or changes any file. It doesn't go digging through and rewriting things behind your back. You stay in control, it does the tedious bits. Think of it like a junior accountant who never switches off. They just sit there and work through every transaction without getting tired or missing anything. You need a Claude subscription, and now here's what it can do for your books. Mistake number 1, mixing personal and business expenses. This is the one I see constantly. You grab a coffee on the way to a client meeting. That's fine, business expense. But then, the same day, your Netflix subscription comes out, your weekly food shop, maybe a personal transfer, and it all ends up in the same bank feed. Sound familiar? Here's the problem. At the end of the year, your accounts look fine on the surface, but underneath, everything is mixed together. And that leads to 2 expensive outcomes. Either you overclaim, and HMRC will not ignore that, or you underclaim, and you literally give away money that was yours. There's no safe version of this mistake. Both cost you. Mistake number 2, not reconciling your accounts. Or let's be honest, never reconciling them. Reconciliation is just a fancy word for one question. Does your accounting software match what's in your bank? If you're not checking at least monthly, duplicates and errors stack up silently, and unpicking 6 months of them is exactly the kind of job accountants charge properly for. Remember that bank export from mistake 1? Here's its second job. Export your accounting records into the same folder and ask Claude Code to compare the 2 files and flag every discrepancy. Transactions in one place, but not the other. Amounts that don't match. This is exactly the kind of side-by-side, line-by-line comparison that's miserable to do by hand, and that Claude Code work through in one go. It's an extra pair of eyes on your numbers before an accountant ever sees them. Less time fixing errors at year end means a smaller bill. Simple as that. A quick reminder from me to you. If you're finding this helpful, please subscribe. It's free and it really supports the channel, and definitely easier than dealing with taxes. Now, let's continue learning. Number 3, messy invoice records. I called this poor invoice records, and this one has a nasty sting if you're VAT registered or GST in other countries. Invoices that were never chased, amounts that don't match what actually landed in the bank, missing VAT numbers. Individually, these are small mistake, but if HMRC ever opens an inquiry, these little gaps are exactly what they go looking for. The fix: point Claude Code at your invoices folder and ask it to check every invoice for completeness. It'll flag missing fields, inconsistent VAT treatment, and invoices where what you billed doesn't match what you got paid. Across the whole folder, not one invoice at a time. Even better, ask it to build you a compliant invoice template, so every invoice from today onwards is right from the start. 3 down, 2 to go. And a quick heads up, mistake number 4 is the one most people don't even realize is a mistake. They think they're doing it correctly. This I called miscategorizing expenses. And here's why you probably think you're doing this one right. You are putting expenses into categories. Software subscription goes into office costs. Done. Feels tidy, except it should be IT and software. And when categories are wrong, your management accounts lie to you, and those lovely reports in Xero or QuickBooks become meaningless for internal decisions. Wrong category isn't no category. It's worse because it looks finished. Here, how to fix it. Give Claude Code your expense export and ask it to suggest the correct category for each one under your country accounting standards. Got Xero or QuickBooks? Export your chart of accounts into the same folder and it'll match everything against your actual categories and hand you back a corrected file you can review line by line before anything goes near your software. It won't be perfect. Some calls genuinely need an accountant, but it'll get you 80 to 90% of the way there, consistently. And now, the one I promised you at the start, the mistake that costs more than the other 4 combined. This is the loop payoff. It is when you leave everything until the last minute. I know, running a business is busy, and bookkeeping is nobody's idea of a Friday night. But here's the maths nobody does. Rushed year-end books mean higher accountancy fees, missed claims, late filing penalties, and every single one of the 4 mistakes we just covered gets baked in for a full year before anyone spots it. That's why this one multiplies all the others. That's why it's the expensive one. The fix. Ask Claude Code to build you a simple monthly bookkeeping checklist tailored to your business. What to review, what to reconcile, what to send to your accountant. Then, once a month, drop that month's exports into your folder and ask it to run the checks and summarize your finances in plain English so you actually understand where you stand. 15 minutes a month. That's the whole habit, and it makes the other 4 mistakes basically impossible. Now, in this video, I've told you the 5 mistakes Claude Code can help you with. In an upcoming video, I'm going to open my screen and show you the whole thing from scratch, installing it, opening your first folder of messy books, and the exact prompts, step by step. One question before you go, which of these 5 mistakes have you been guilty of? Drop it in the comments, no judgment. I promise, I've seen them all. The most common answer might just become the next demo. If you found this helpful, feel free to watch the video again or share it with anyone who might need help. And don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Many thanks for watching.